First law of thermodynamics. So we should understand what is thermodynamics. Thermodynamics is actually the branch of physics or science where we are going to deal about the relationship between heat and other forms of energy. So we could say that first law of thermodynamics is a version of the law of conservation of energy which is being adapted for thermodynamic process. So, according to first law of thermodynamics, it says that heat is a form of energy and thermodynamic processes are therefore subject to the principle of conservation of energy. It is totally being dependent on the conservation of energy. So when we say it is a relationship between heat and other forms of energy, we should understand what is heat, work and internal energy. Heat is the transfer of thermal energy between two bodies that are at different temperatures but actually it is not being equal to the thermal energy. And the second one is work. Work is the force which is being used in order to transfer energy between a system and its surrounding. And that is actually needed to create heat and transfer of thermal energy. So work, it is basically a force. And the third one, that is internal energy, it refers to all the energy within a given system, including the kinetic energy of the molecules and the energy stored in all of the chemical bonds between the molecules. So in first law of thermodynamics, we discuss or we should understand about three concepts, that is heat, work and internal energy. So now we can say what is the law of thermodynamics or what we need to study in first law of thermodynamics. So according to first law of thermodynamics, it states that energy can be converted from one form to another with interaction of your heat, work and internal energy, but it cannot be created nor destroyed under any circumstances or under any situation. We can only convert the energy, but we cannot create or destroy. So if we try to bring the law in forms of a formulae, we should understand that the first law says that internal energy of a system has to be equal to the work that is being done on the system and plus or minus the heat that is flowing in or out of the system and any other work that is done on the system. So the first law of thermodynamics is between internal energy, heat and work done. So if we try to represent it in the form of formula, we could say that for a thermodynamic process without transfer of matter, the first law is always represented as delta U is equal to Q minus W. Delta U is nothing but the change in internal energy, Q is heat added and W is the work done by the system. So we could conclude that first law of thermodynamics gives us a relationship between internal energy, heat and the work done.